Welcome in, y'all. I believe this is episode 4 for Black Girls Talking TV. Today is all about Bachelor Nation. So if you have not seen the first episode, make sure you go back and watch it and then come back to us. But we're going to be getting into all the juicy deets, like the first impressions. We will be highlighting the Black women of the cast this season because this is, if you did not know, let me repeat, Black Girls Talking TV. So we are talking about the Black girls in Bachelor. um, but yeah, I'm gonna hit it off to Kamaria so she can remind y'all what BGTV is.
Yeah. So, hey, y'all. I'm Kamaria, and we're Black Girls Talking TV. We are essentially bringing the group chat to life. We're discussing your favorite TV shows from a Black girl perspective. And so, we're going to drop weekly episodes. We have a couple that are out already, like Victoria said, this is our fourth. And currently, we're watching Harlem, The Bachelor, and soon Love is Blind. So, if you watch any of those shows, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe so that you can make sure that you're following us. And also follow us on Instagram and TikTok so you can keep up to date as to what we're doing and what we're watching. And if you have any shows that you'd love for us to watch, let us know in the comments. So I am, as I said, I'm Kamaria. I'm a lawyer. I'm a pop culture writer. And I'll let these ladies introduce themselves.
Yes, I'm Victoria. I am a psychologist in the state of New York, and the state of Illinois.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chinyere. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm based in London with a virtual presence in Virginia.
So, all right, let's get into it. What are our first impressions of Grant Ellis, our bachelor this season?
I thought he was cute, nice, very sincere. I'm gonna take my glasses off because I get on my nerves now. But he seemed very sincere, very sweet. And I heard from people who watch all the time, because I'm not, that he does seem to be very genuine. Apparently, folks know him from The Bachelorette. Did you know that?
Yeah, I
He
think
was
I
on The
did see that
Bachelorette?
he was a contestant for
Yeah, and he
who
didn't
was
get picked. He
yeah.
got he was like somebody whoever broke up with him, The Bachelorette. It was heartbreaking, and folks felt for him. So that seems to be. I guess that's why that girl did that PowerPoint. We're talking about like, glad she dumped you. I was like, "Ooh," that was so weird to me. I was
Oh,
like, why did she do that? But I didn't know when I was watching it because I'm a
okay.
new watcher. I didn't know that
Okay.
that
That
was
makes
what
sense.
that was. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what someone explained to me who watches a lot and was watched every season. I don't know if every season, but they're deep in it. So
I mean, I'm a new
it's
watcher as well. I mean, The Bachelor is on season, what, 29?
mhm.
This is like the original, like, reality dating show. This is wild to me that
I
they have
agree.
lasted this amount of time. But Grant, like I said, I am a new watcher, so I'm not familiar. I just find it difficult to be able to like tell if someone is being genuine from just like some clips that have been edited together. Um, I will say I'm curious, like why Grant is struggling to find love. He has come to a show. Like Grant he's a cute guy, and if we're looking at the things that like many women are looking for, like he looked like he was well over 6 foot. He earns probably well over, the $100,000,
That
right? Like
Ferrari
so.
baby, right.
Right, right. So I'm like, why? I was more curious, like, why are you struggling? Like, I don't understand where the struggle is because you really could have your pick. That doesn't mean you're
Mhm.
necessarily getting like the most quality women, but you have access to quality women and probably not so quality women. And so I don't know. That was my
Mhm.
first impression. Is I'm like, okay, you cute. Everyone's smiling. The cameras is on. I need to see more, and I'm curious why you're single.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's a good point, and I hope they touch on that because, I mean, just like for anybody who's coming on as the bachelor, you would wonder that, but we're talking about like, you know, eligible bachelors when we're talking about, socioeconomic status and things like that. Like
Yeah.
usually you hear that it's women who have a hard time, so you can kind of understand why a woman would be doing it, right? But like when you see a very handsome man like Grant, who seems like he comes from a very loving family and he got his ish together, yeah, but why you single?
Yeah,
Why?
and it's not like he's not like your average guy, like, if this were, like, average people, I can understand, right? Because there are, like, some men that are really struggling to date because, I mean, same as women, there are some men that are really struggling to date, but I'm like, Grant, you don't really fall into that category.
Right.
Like,
You
Like the
know,
spaces that you
fighting.
would probably be in, like, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. That was
Yeah.
my first impression.
No, that's real. Because he did after in the beginning, he was very, like, tearing up about being lonely. He was like, "I don't, wanna be lonely anymore." And that kinda struck me. I was like, "Yeah, okay,"
Alrighty, so any red flags or green flags that we
Mm.
see already with Grant? I will start with
Mm.
a red flag. Baby,
Red,
why is you kissing
Oh, yeah,
Um,
he's kissing
everybody's daughter
everybody.
mhm.
on television in the first
Yeah.
hour of meeting them? I think I saw somewhere on social media that said he broke the record for
Dang. Oh
the
my.
amount of first kisses on the first night.
He needed
I
a
did
taste.
think it was a little gross. I mean, not you said what?
I said he needed a
What did she
taste.
He needed a baby
Oh.
needed a taste. Hold on, I think I wrote down who all he kissed. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Girl. I can't even keep the women straight right now. We're gonna have to put little, pictures
It's
in
too
in
many of them.
this.
It's a lot,
It's
30.
a lot. And then how many did he let go? It was like there was so I expected one to be let go, but I guess it was like we gotta cut
He
them
let go
down, tame them down.
5.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Oh,
But
dang.
but yeah, the kissing was a little like
Yeah, I
not
stopped
saying,
writing him down.
but it
He kissed
was
Dina, Natalie, Chloe, Parisa, Alicia, Juliana, Latia, Zoe, Alex.
he kissed
I
them
stopped
because I
writing
like hold on, no, not Latia. Who's the one he gave the first rose? Oh, well, I guess we'll wait till we get there. But I liked her.
Oh,
Did she
Alex. Yeah,
kiss
yeah,
him?
yeah.
Did she kiss him?
She did kiss him.
She kissed him. Girl.
They had to, because once the first one did it, they knew they all had to sort of, like, follow
Yeah, it
suit.
was like
You don't.
piranhas.
No, that's when you don't. That's why I'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
You
because I'm
know.
not kissing behind all y'all. Not today. No.
Yeah.
I think one
Like
of the
I
ladies was like, "It's levels." Like she was like, "There is conversation, there's good conversation, and then there's kissing." I think she said something like that. Like, but I'm
but
like,
I
"Baby,
just
he kissing all of y'all to make sure his Peter Whacker is
No,
is
it
is
don't work.
signaling to
Oh,
that brain." Okay.
look. I feel like it's too much on the first. Like, how does he even like have the desire? But maybe he. I don't know. Maybe he does.
I actually learned something the other day about, like, desire, and it was Paul Brunson who mentioned it in a podcast, and he was saying there's spontaneous desire and then responsive desire. And, like,
Mm,
he was saying that, like, men mostly through their life, right? 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s have more spontaneous desire, which is like they can just get hard at any given moment. They're ready to go, right? Like they don't need like this emotional trigger connection to kind
Mhm.
of be ready to go. And he was saying that most women, especially as they get older, need more responsive desire, right? And that's like they need to have a conversation. They need to make an emotional connection with you. They want to feel seen and loved and understood, right? And he was saying that actually we need to be talking more about responsive desire, in relationships and things like that. So in terms of Grant, I'm like, this man, he's in his prime, he's 30, and he's rolling with spontaneous desire right now. Like he was like, you cute, it's in you, and you. And yeah,
He was. Yeah, that's real. Because I didn't even
yeah,
think about it. I'm coming at it from a perspective of a woman because
right.
I
The
definitely
response.
couldn't have done it. And then all of them were having one-on-ones with him,
Yeah.
I guess, as opposed to it's like it's just you and me. And with him, it's like it's everybody.
But I will say, I think a green flag is that he's really close to his family, right? He seems like
mhm,
Mhm.
quite like family oriented. It seems like he's been through some things. Like he talked about his father and like the like addiction and like seeing his father like overcome that, and they're both kind of on this like journey together. And so I mean, I think that does speak to having some level of character, and I think that's a green flag, like having a strong family unit and have been through some type of struggle somewhat in your life that it begins to produce, character in you. I think those are green
absolutely.
flags. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to hear more about that story, just the curiosity in me, because it seems like that's what also broke up his
Yeah.
parents'
Yeah.
marriage, and it
Yeah.
seemed like it was going on for a while through his childhood. So
Mhm.
to know how that impacts him and his outlook on love. A lot of times when you come from broken families in that regard, right? Or you see divorce, it can make you very afraid for commitment. And so for him
Mhm.
to just be 30, and I mean, he had to be, of course, he was younger when he was on The Bachelorette, right?
Right.
To get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm ready for commitment. I want to have a family. I want to have kids and not be afraid of that. Beautiful.
Mhm.
Top tier, Grant. Top tier.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do y'all think about the women who kind of stood out? Did anybody make memorable entrances to you in terms of their antics?
It was a lot of antics, baby. We had the llama with Alex.
I liked her. I thought the llama was cute.
I thought the llama and her, I thought her entrance was a little like, I don't know. I wasn't moved by her entrance too much, but
I
I thought it
wasn't.
was pretty creative and very, it showed a very gentle, I guess you can say. It was gentle. That, actually, yeah,
Mhm.
that's how what I think about her entrance. It was gentle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, same with you. I wasn't really moved by the llama, but I get, like, wanting to, like, you need, like, have a big like, I have a big move, you need to stand out, you know? I would have been more so concerned about that llama starting to spit, like, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was more moved by, the girl that came in at the very end with the shooting out the T-shirts and the gun. What was her name?
That is Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe, she came in confident. She said, "You're already my man. We're on a t-shirt." And like, I don't know, I enjoyed like her confidence coming in the first episode. To me, I that stood out to me the most out of everyone's.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the entrances were like, and this is for all of the women. I'm not sure if anyone I was like, "Ooh, I really like
Mhm.
that entrance." I don't know, they were so cheesy. They were
They
really
were
cheesy to
Yeah.
me.
they
I
was
agree with
cheap.
that. Especially as a person who doesn't watch The Bachelor, I was like, "This what y'all do?" They look like I personally, I mean, for real, because I was like, I personally do not like the premise of a show like that because I'm like, we don't need to be all competing for the men. Let them compete for us.
So
I like The Bachelorette. So I was like, off the rip, I was like, it's a lot of like whatever. So I thought it was a little bit much. But
I just thought it felt really like superficial, right? Like,
mhm,
you're so tall, you're so genuine, I can tell already. I was like,
um,
girl, this
I'm
you
here
just laid
for
your eyes
you.
right, I'm here for you. And
Uh,
then they get inside and then it's like, "Oh, we're buddies," like, "Oh, we're drinking." I'm like, y'all competing. You're not buddies. You're
yeah,
here for the same
yeah.
man, a man that you don't even know. And I don't know.
yeah,
So I agree. It didn't nothing really stood out to me. I only liked the last one because I thought like, okay, you coming in with a bang, shooting people with these t-shirts, I think is interesting.
Right, right,
Um,
right.
but yeah, no, the entrances didn't really wow me. I was overwhelmed. It even looked like Grant was overwhelmed. He was just like, I don't even know like where to ground myself and what's happening. Like people are just kind of doing these random things and I'm a smile and tell them
mhm,
they look beautiful.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. No, I did like in a like non-cheesy way, Janae, like she came in with the LeBron reference. So he was like, oh, so she's a LeBron fan.
Oh,
I thought that was gonna like pique his interest a little
it
bit
didn't.
with him being a basketball player. And it didn't. I thought he was gonna like dig more into that. But he was like, oh, so she's a LeBron fan. It was almost like the cringe, like, oh, so
Yeah.
she like LeBron.
Because there was
I
another
didn't get
girl that
all
did a
that
basketball
from him.
reference.
You said
What?
what?
Yeah, with the glittery basketball.
The basketball, yeah, the basketball, the glitter basketball, and the basketball jersey. There were 3 women that did basketball,
Okay,
Yeah.
references to
hmm
him.
she know
Yeah.
how to
hmm
play. She be like, "We can
Yeah,
play
Janae
together."
actually plays though. She's a coach.
Mhm. Oh, she's like, "Cool."
Oh.
She's an assistant coach. Yeah, yeah. I ended up looking her up because I was. We'll get into it, but I was so mad when she.
Who did you all think Grant had, like, good chemistry with? Like, who was, like, he vibing with at the beginning?
Hmm. I
I
liked
think it.
Alex all the way through, but that was me. I literally when he picked Alex, I was like, "Yep, yep, yep. I could see it."
Yeah, I thought he
Mm.
was vibing. I didn't think about it in the beginning. I was like, oh, he might find this a little cheesy. But when they had their one-on-one conversation, that one seemed to have like the most like depth to me. Like it wasn't as like surface level and like a repetition of all the conversations that he's had. So I feel like he was really vibing with her.
And he seems to be interested the most in women who seem to like be motherhood type of
Yeah.
like have a mothering sort of quality. He mentioned that twice with two people, and I can't remember who they were that seemed to be in their top. His top does he give the roses in order of like interest, or no? Just the first rose matters. Everything else is just random.
Yeah, I think the first impression rose was based off of interest, but who he does in the lineup, I'm not sure if that
Matters.
mattered. Or I actually always wondered because I used to watch The Bachelor when I was younger, and so I've
Mm-hmm.
always wondered, like, do the producers tell them, like, does he say, like, okay, these are the list of girls that I want to keep, and then the
Mm-hmm.
producers kind of tell him, like, okay, we'll do it in this lineup for.
Ah, yeah. Because I
Mhm.
would assume if I was there, I'd assume like, "Oh my god, like, it is I'm the last rose, I must be, his least favorites right now."
Yeah,
So,
That's
like
better than
that
no rose.
Myra, I have 2 photos in my hand 1 photo in my hand, I had 2 girls in front of me, like, they were always the bottom girls, you know?
I do think you want someone quite motherly. Because Grant is quite young to like be very clear and like, I want a family and I want kids, and so you can tell like this is a value that he's really been raised with and really wants, he's ready for this. Um,
Mhm.
so do you all like, I guess, do you think some of like the really career driven women might not make it really far?
that is interesting that you said that because he let the pediatrician go.
But that lawyer girl, she did not he kept her. I thought he was gonna
Mhm.
let her go, or either she's gonna be like she seems a little snarky because she was calling Vicky. She was like, is she a bottle girl?" And I was like,
Yeah, I was like, "Don't be calling my girl
No.
out like that, just assuming."
Right. Right. We don't
I
know
I mean,
what
would
else
she's
be
a
like,
is
"And
going
how do
cocktail
you
on.
know
waitress,
it would
like
be a bottle girl?"
yeah, but
Right.
even still, it's like she's a cocktail waitress, but like don't look down on people's careers. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
Right.
mean? Like, because you're like a lawyer, don't look down on someone choosing to, because she might like be like, honey, I make $1,000 a day or whatever. You never know what she makes
Right.
in Vegas being a cocktail waitress. You have no clue. So,
yeah, I wasn't
But
yeah.
I'm
feeling that from Dina. But then
Yeah.
that is an interesting point, Chi
Mhm.
about, the career, and I do wonder if for the ladies that he did let go, if even in the because they didn't show all of the personal conversations, and they didn't
Mhm.
show the personal conversations for the women that he let go because I couldn't figure out why he let them go.
Mhm.
And so I am wondering if now that you said that, if that was part of the reason and whether or not like, there was questions about like, how far down the line do you see yourself
You wanna
having
have
kids and
Mhm.
things like that and where you are in your career and what you're willing to give up, to have a family.
Yeah.
mhm.
So yeah, in terms of the black women, do y'all feel like he gravitated towards any of the black women right away as they were coming out of the limo? Because I think he had very different reactions. Gigi,
I
see
just
your face.
I he I don't know Grant, right? But I wasn't feeling like he was really feeling any of them. And that may not be because he doesn't like black women or don't find black women attractive or anything to do with black women. It could have just been those choice few of black women. But it's early,
Mhm.
right? I feel like, sometimes you don't have an immediate like physical attraction to someone, but you can or you can build a connection over time. From the first impression, I wasn't really getting a sense like he was really wowed by any of them, even though to me, everyone that came through was beautiful, but they were also gorgeous, right? Um, but I don't know. I didn't think he did. What do you all think?
I'm gonna be like, hell to the no, no,
Mhm.
no. But is Alex black? Like she's mixed, right? Or is she like Hispanic? Like what is Alex black? Because I would say he seemed immediately drawn to her. And then we learned that Latia,
Latia.
is
She's not
she
black.
kind of the one with like big bright eyes and like this wavy long hair?
Yeah.
She's
Mhm.
not all the way black, but we thought she was. I mean, not even any of the way black.
Yeah,
She's
she's like Hawaiian, like half
She's
Hawaiian or
yeah,
white and
something.
Hawaiian, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
after I was like, "Okay, maybe we misjudged who all was black on the show." Like, we all got a little too excited because
right.
I was trying to figure out, is Beverly black? I mean, I know that Beverly is.
Who's Beverly?
Mhm.
Ortega. So
Yeah.
she could be.
Yeah. I can't remember. I feel like she when she was talking about her family, it might have been somewhere in South America.
Mhm.
And so there could be like an Afro Latina root
Yeah, a
there.
mix.
I'm just not
Mhm.
sure how she identifies, but as the
True.
women were explaining themselves, I was like, okay, like us as a public, we might have gotten a little too hyped thinking it was, more black women than there actually are, because Latia
Yeah.
is not black at all. Don't know
Yeah.
what Alex is. I feel like the family clip that they show with her being on a farm, I couldn't I was like, are they all white? Like I couldn't
I think
figure.
that was I think that was Latia's
That was
family that was
Latia
all
on the
Oh, that was
farm.
like,
Latia. Oh
I was
yeah,
so
yeah, right,
Yeah.
surprised
yeah,
when she said how her dad died, that she was born in
Yeah.
Hawaii or whatever, and I
right,
was like,
right.
yeah, because I was like, how did she get like this? That's what
Yes,
I was thinking. I was like, how
Yeah.
did she get her tan, her wave, and her hair?
yeah,
And
Right,
right.
'cause
then
they show her
that
family, it was all the white people on the farm, and I was like, "Where the black daddy?" Like
right, right. But one of the things that I noticed was that, like, just initially watching the episode, was that a lot of the women, even, they were mixed looking or you couldn't tell what they were. And so I
Mhm.
feel like that initially in like one still shot, a photo, it looks sometimes like they were more um black than they were.
There's a lot of, like, mixed culture, mixed race, like, just
Mhm.
individuals in general, and sometimes they're not always black. We think they may have, like, some Afro roots, but they actually may not, but they can
Mhm.
still be quite brown or have a very
Mhm.
deep, like, skin tone.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you sometimes don't know unless someone, like, tells you, like, "This is my heritage." Yeah.
Right, right. But
Yeah.
we
Who
do
was the dark
know. Oh, go ahead.
Now I'm gonna say who's the dark skinned girl, because there's one girl who came with the big head. She was, like she's like, I'm very
Oh,
Safarina.
yeah.
oh yeah, yeah, Serafina. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
Serafina. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. We know she's
she
black.
Yeah.
yeah. And she
There's
looks
a
like
couple
from the
others.
commercial, the next preview, she looked like she might go far. Because she's in a couple of the scenes, but I don't know.
Yeah, her and Zoe were in a couple of the scenes
Yeah.
that in the
Oh, Zoe
season.
was okay. Zoe
Yeah,
didn't I didn't like that t-shirt thing. So she didn't really I didn't
I like it because she was coming to compete, and if, like, whether or not
yeah,
she makes it or not, I think she's gonna, like, make for some interesting drama.
Mhm,
yes,
mhm.
yes. I think the
Yeah.
clip that they showed her was her saying like, I don't know exactly what she said, but it was definitely given. I'm here to rock and roll, baby. I'm here for a purpose.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I shot my shot. I saw the space and I shot my shot. I think that's what she had said, something
yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
she
yeah,
also said something like, "Oh, she was trying to be a power couple," and I'm like, "Grant's not giving power couple energy, honey. You
yeah. He's giving. He
gotta read
want a
the
wife
room."
at home,
At
bare feet
home.
and
Right.
pregnant.
Exactly. He don't want you in the office. This is not power couple energy.
Yes,
Yeah, I agree. I
yeah.
agree.
Definitely was not giving that.
What about the stereotypes? Do you feel like there were any, like, stereotypes or tropes?
I am interested to see how they spin Vicky being a cocktail waitress. Like how that plays
Mhm.
out in the season.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I feel like from what I saw, her and Bailey, I think she's like the social media
Yeah. Mhm.
Is
person.
that the girl with the short hair?
Yes.
Yes, who was
With the
always
bob.
taking all the pictures.
Mhm.
I really wanted to tell her, girl, put that phone
Ah,
down.
that's funny, that's
Um,
funny.
yeah. So yeah, I'm interested to see how like they spin like the impact of their careers on potential like love life.
Yeah, she was interesting because she was very chipper, and at first I thought, like, I was just, like, looking from her picture, I was like, "Oh, he's not." I was surprised he gave her a rose, to be honest, because her hair is so short, I feel like guys, like, what he seemed like he was looking for
Was the longer hair.
didn't
Yeah.
look like short hair girlies.
Mhm.
But, and hers, it was kind of an old cut. Is it just me, or is it like, is it like a Hillary Clinton or something? I don't know. It's
Yeah. She has a very,
moderned
like
it up, you know?
yeah, I mean, it was an interesting bop for sure, right?
Mhm.
It's not a very but it looked nice on her. I could
Yeah,
see him,
she's
wanting
vibrant,
to to move forward with her. She has a very, like, bubbly and
lovely personality.
outgoing, like,
Yeah.
personality, and, she seems like she's fun, right? And so I feel
Mhm.
like their,
Mhm.
like, first interaction was quite light, quite funny. I think she's just
Mhm.
trying to come in on a light level before, like, things descend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would
But
be nice to see.
yeah,
And I liked her personality, to be honest. Like, the only thing I don't
yeah,
like is the haircut. I like her personality though, and
yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised by her. But at the same time, I think that she I'm gotta monitor her a little bit because she seemed like she could cross over to the all right, girl. you might be annoying me a little bit. Like she could seem
Oh,
like the
she's
type of person
100%
over.
like obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
But
stop!
she
You
said
think
that. She
she's
said some people
obnoxious?
hate
I
me and some
do.
people love me.
yeah,
Really, I
she's a
don't
100.
think she's obnoxious. I think
Oh,
she's
no.
really like,
She is
Nah, she
obnoxious,
definitely
but
given
it's
she can
okay.
get on somebody's nerves.
Yeah, she already said that
yeah,
though. She already said
Yeah.
people, like, could find her annoying, and immediate as she started, "Put the wig on," I was like, "Oh, no, honey, breathe." But it worked for him, right? Like, clearly it's working in her
yeah.
advantage. You gotta find who love that, right? So be you
Okay.
and let the people that love it come. But no, for me, I was like, "This is giving obnoxious."
Oh,
Yeah,
that's funny.
definitely. Yeah, I was like, this is a serious moment here. Like, which not saying you can't be lighthearted and funny, but I was like, Hoochie, okay. Yeah, but
Yeah.
when I saw her, like the haircut to me gives like Southern Belle. Like her being from
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia, I'm not surprised by the cut. Like
Yeah.
she has that persona. Like if I saw her in anywhere, I would assume that she was from the South and from a very like conservative Christian. We go to church. I don't know.
Yeah.
She just gives that. She gives that to me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the cut. I feel like it fits who she is.
Yeah, I liked it. But I will say he tend to be, like, drawn towards women with longer hair.
Yeah,
But also there are very few women that came with short hair. I think she was really the only
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
yeah. She was the
I
only
thought
one.
she wasn't gonna get a rose. I was surprised by some of the women who did not get a rose. And you know, I
Did
Justice for
he
Janae.
Justice for
yeah.
Jimmy.
Well, the curly hair girl, I thought I was like, she is to me, I felt like she was the cutest one on the cast. And I was like, what? How's
She
she?
didn't
I don't
stand
know.
out to me. She came with the
Well, she
jersey,
came in,
didn't
she had
have
a little
submissive.
personality.
Mm.
I was like, what? How you let her go? And I felt like
Yeah.
I
I
was
thought he
surprised.
was gonna. I wasn't too surprised that he let go of the pediatrician because it didn't seem like she came in. She was like, "I'm a doctor, so clearly I can commit." And I just feel like that just it wasn't
I
enough for like the first impression thing. And
It's like that you dropped a
yeah,
notch
let's bring
right
it down
there.
a notch. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Right.
not let's not
Excellent.
lead with the career. You know?
Yeah.
That just was not a funny joke to me, though,
Yeah,
or funny. Like, it just was like very basic. So
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a yeah. It didn't make a good impression to me. I was just
yeah.
like, all right, bland next.
But I
What
think
Um,
was
just even off of like aesthetics that he would have still
Yeah.
kept Janae and the girl with the curly hair. I don't remember her name, but I was surprised to see both of them go. And Janae, she went up there and she shot that three in them heels. I said, "Oh, baby, got it." Okay, the LeBron reference. Now we see her shooting a three. We didn't hear
yeah,
that conversation, but I
Right.
was surprised that he let her go.
I don't know. I feel like
I was
attraction
surprised.
is so finicky.
Mm,
And, like, we don't know what his like, what he's looking for, right? Like, I feel like
Yeah,
that's the bit that's hidden. So it's hard to be like, "Oh, why didn't he choose her?" Maybe he
yeah,
just didn't. Yeah, we don't know what his criteria is.
and I do feel like these first cuts are all, I mean, unless there's something, I think they're all physical attraction related, to be honest. Cause like,
Most
they could be some like, if you say something like, oh, I don't want to have kids or whatever, that sort of thing. But I feel like how many deal breakers are on the show when they know who they're applying for, you know what I mean?
right.
Like they know him from the Bachelorette. I would think that it's mostly his decisions were based on looks a little bit. That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
I
just
think
like,
probably
or it was just like dead. Like it was just like, hey, hi, how are you?
right,
Like, and
probably,
then
like,
that
awkward
was just the next.
vibe. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, 'cause I thought Janae was really pretty, so I don't think it may have been, like, physical attraction, but, I mean, there are lots of things. Did he keep the curve model? They did throw in one one curve
Yeah,
Oh,
she
the
person.
stayed.
redhead girl.
Yeah, she
The
stayed.
girl. Okay,
Okay.
yeah, because I thought she was nice. Like even though like
Chloe.
I'm rooting for black ladies, I thought she had personality, and
Mhm.
I like a
I like that she put the shirt on.
personality. Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
thought that was
that's
fun.
part of the personality showing. She was
Yeah,
like,
I
Right.
was like, "Oh, she's a girl's girl." I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Janae
funny. I
also
enjoyed
seemed
it.
like a girl's girl too, like in her cuts when she was talking to the ladies.
Uh-huh.
She was very like open and welcoming and like trying to start conversations. I was like, okay, you can tell she's a girl's girl. Like she's
Yeah.
not here feeling like intimidated, right, by like the
Right,
process.
right. That's how
Mhm.
why I wouldn't survive in the house because I'm like, all these women acting like they friends. You're not.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
also
yeah,
not
yeah,
competitive enough for that.
yeah,
Girl, as I told you, I cannot be competing for that. I'm so sorry. Like, I would
yeah,
be the opposite show, The Bachelor, but I could not do it. So,
yeah.
God bless them.
Mm.
So who do y'all think will be like bring the drama and or be the villain of the season? Because I feel like Dina is giving villain. They're featuring her a lot, and she seems to not have a lot of empathy. Calling the girl a cocktail waitress, and
Mhm.
just like, ladies are doing it's over the top, and I like to not be over the top, and it's like judgmental.
Mhm.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. Dina thought she was gonna get that first impression rose as well, and baby
You,
got
Oh,
you think
yeah,
she?
baby got a good knock. No, you're not getting it, sweets. Yeah, I'm ready for her to go. There is a little bit where they're like, a woman is being deceptive, and the first person I thought of was Dina when
Mm.
he said that,
Mhm.
because I could just see her trying to manipulate and
Mhm.
finagle all up in there. But yeah,
Mhm.
no
dang.
one else was giving me like villain vibes,
Yeah.
but Dina for sure.
That girl who what was her name? I don't remember. I think she's the one who spoke Spanish, but I'm not 100% sure. She was all in
Oh,
the commercials that you crashing up.
Why
Carolina, that's
why
her
she
name.
come in speaking Spanish like that? I was like, "Girl, this was not a good intro. What are you
Not
doing?"
a
And he
good
was
intro at
just
all.
like
He was there like,
right, he was
"How
so
you doing?"
awkward. Like, I'm surprised he didn't let her go. Like
Right, right. But then when they had was she the one when they had the fire chat or they were sitting in front of the fire and she
They were
was just
sitting in
like,
front of the fire. She started
"Eventually,
crying.
where's your wife?" Yes, yeah. Like
she
that
started
girl, I
crying.
thought they had a good connection. I was surprised that her rose was called so late, but that's like I said, I was thinking like that it was in order of his interest in them.
I think he had a good connection, but I do think the whole like your wife, you got to start saying us and we.
Mm.
I feel like that was a bit much.
Right?
It felt like a bit much to me. Like it was coming up every other comment, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it was just like her nervous energy
Nerves.
like showing through. But they did have a good connection. But she also seems like she's gonna be drama.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I agree.
You said everybody the public kinda is feeling the New Jersey woman.
Yes.
Is she the one who gave the PowerPoint or the New Jersey woman
No. The
is
PowerPoint was Parisa.
okay, I didn't like her. I thought I feel like I didn't like her because of the PowerPoint, to be honest. I
Yeah.
was like, "How you gonna start off with the glad she dumped you?" Like, no empathy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The AI pictures with you
Yes,
being
I was just
Oh,
like
pregnant, y'all at the
yeah.
wedding.
and them
That was
kids was not looking
scary.
any kind of way mixed. I'm like, girl, do you realize you're about to have the child of a black man? Your baby's
Yeah.
gonna, they're not gonna come out 100% white. I mean, but I don't think he has like, his dad looks a little, Dominican Republic. He looks a little something
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
so nowadays it's interesting. Different combinations can make, but a lot of times you'll see the black and the baby, even when they're mixed.
Yeah.
I mean, she was
So
delusional. That whole I thought, "This is scary," and he should dismiss you
right,
on this alone.
Yeah.
Like,
I
this
agree.
is giving
I agree
scary.
100%.
Yeah, that's
Did
something
not
he
like
kept
it.
her
Did
over
not
some of the other
think
women.
so.
I was like, "You're not gonna get rid of the girl already starting off a little weird?"
And
Yeah.
this is starting to give way to why Grant is single, right? Because if
Oh,
we're
stop.
noticing he kept these toxic women, like, I mean, there were some women like, "You're so tall. We're gonna be married." I was like, "Grant, these aren't compliments, right? Like, you did
Yeah.
nothing for your height." Right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, these aren't actual, I feel like, qualities that are gonna lead to, like, a really satisfying relationship.
Yeah,
Agree.
come on, love and marriage and
Yeah.
family therapies, okay?
No.
Yeah, I just like we're starting to see his type. We all have our types.
Mhm.
I have my types
Yeah.
too, right? So like,
Mhm.
but if you continue to can choose the same person over and over and over and over and over, like, I don't know if it's going to turn out much different for you. So I don't know. I mean, I agree with you, Kamara, in terms of he probably was really going based off of like vibes and attraction. And these are women that he's attracted to. I mean, they yeah, so he's probably trying to hope for the
Give
best.
him a
Like,
little
get a
safety
hottie and a
trench.
yeah.
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 Um, who do we think is gonna make it far?
I definitely think Alex is gonna make it far because she got the first impression, and then they did have that real big edit of them on their first date playing the piano and all that.
Mhm.
Um, and I also think Juliana, the Italian.
She was
And
the
she was
first
like
girl
my
that
favorite
kissed
person.
him, right?
No, the
No,
first
no,
girl to
no. The
kiss
first,
him was she was like the girl who was talking about the llama, and like she was like, "You're not slick, Linda. Go back to the farm, or go back to the farm, Linda, or whatever." That girl, she
Oh.
might also make it a little far because she has like a little spicy personality.
yeah,
Mhm.
she
Um,
does.
and I think he likes him one, a mothering woman, and then two, a little
A little spice.
entertaining,
Yeah.
Yeah,
spicy
yeah, yeah.
personality, like somebody some personality to him.
We got to get into the season. It's the first impressions, but we'll know who the ladies are a little bit better
Yeah,
by the next couple of episodes. Because right
Mhm.
now it's just a
but
lot. It's a lot.
It's
but
too
we'll have
many
the
of them.
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah. So, did you all think like this premiere lived up to the hype? Like we were all hyped, like, oh, we got a black bachelor. There's gonna be some black women there. Like, did it reach the hype?
So
Not
here's
for
the
me.
thing. Yeah, not for me either. Like, as someone who's watched The Bachelor, like I used to watch it all the time. Um and so like I understand the gist, like I understand the flow. Like you're gonna have all these like dramatic romantic dates. But when it comes to having a black bachelor and then like having all of these black women, I just want us to be cared for on TV a little bit better. I don't
Mhm.
know. Like I almost feel like when you have a season that looks like this, it's like pandering to the public to not
Mhm.
give us what we want. And I'm not saying like if you have a black bachelor, you better have only black women up there. I'm not saying that at all, but don't have a black bachelor or even a black bachelorette whose history does not show that they date black women or black men. And
Mhm.
I don't know Grant's like dating history. Um, but at the very least, we see that the producers, I'm not going to say Grant only reacted to non black women in a specific way, but we see that the producers decided to give us an episode where he's like, oh my God, I love your dress. Oh my God, you look so
Yeah.
beautiful to women who were not black.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so I don't like that. We also see you kissing all of the women who look ethnically mixed or like ethically ambiguous, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
see how the
And
season.
all of those, like I think it was like 3 black women going home, and they all seemed like the women who were, except for the girl who brought the big head, they all seemed to be the like more darker hue black women,
Oh.
as opposed to, I mean, they weren't like that dark. They're like my complexion. Some people say I'm
Yeah,
light
Mhm.
yeah. I
skinned.
mean,
I
the
don't know.
curly hair girls, like she's more on the lighter side, but the ones that you know for sure are black.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they all looked like they didn't look ambiguous, that, to me. And then one of the black girls, the one with the like she had just like this hair that was just like I think parted in the middle and it just flat down
Mhm.
like her back or whatever. I didn't hear her speak at all. It was just me, or like I didn't hear a
The
single word.
doctor,
Oh, is that who that was? Because
yeah,
it's all
she
blurring for
didn't get
me at
that
this
one edit.
point.
Yeah, she didn't have one edit in there.
Dang.
Okay, yeah.
They ain't
But
do it
yeah,
right.
that's par for the course. It's like one of the things, the reasons why I like have never really been a huge fan of the show. One, because it didn't seem like it catered to black people, and so I don't dislike the show, but it just never drew me in, right? As
Mhm.
opposed to something like Love Is Blind. I love Love Is Blind because like you have like it's not the people can match with whoever they match with, but I love the fact that it's like there is the connection first and then the appearance, and you see, and so people aren't like perpetuating their own internalized biases or whatever, because we're all socialized to view certain things as attractive. In different cultures, different things are attractive because you're socialized to feel that way. And in
Right.
American society, the closest thing to white, blonde hair, blue eyes, that sort of picture is what is socialized among all of us to be attractive. And it's evolved over the years, but sometimes now it's shifting into a space of where it's like a mixed woman, a woman that is like not necessarily, you can't tell what she is, like that type of woman is becoming like the standard of like the type of Black women that are used in these shows, or the type of Black women somebody would wife up or whatever in some of these shows. And then celebrity culture too, you see it happening.
Mhm.
And so it gets kind of disheartening to see that. And so that's why like I prefer a show like A Love Is Blind. And you see there are Black women who many seasons who have gotten married, you know what I mean, two Black men, two other men. And but it's like it's I think that it cuts out some of the bias and the internalized biases, because we think like, oh, I just like what I like. No, you like what you like because the culture has sort of conditioned you to be
Mhm.
from a young age like what's attractive.
Yeah.
And each culture is different. It's different. And I think we don't recognize that enough in American culture. We think like, oh, I just like what I like. And it's like, no, you're socialized to like and think certain attributes are more beautiful than others. And so we just want
Yeah.
diverse representation and diverse treatment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Since we're wrapping it up, what do you guys want to see more of in the next couple of episodes? Anything come to mind?
I'm hoping that some of the superficial layers start to kind of fall
Mhm.
off, and there's more opportunity to see, some realness. Um, yeah, and of course, so I'm gonna say it again, making sure our Black women are not edited all crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not here for it. I'm scared.
I just want to see drama at this point, because the Black women on the show part of it, it's I'm already out the door on that narrative. Okay, I'm watching it just because we're gonna have some
Some
drama
juicy
now.
Right.
drama.
Yeah, so I'm here for the juicy drama. That's all I want to see. Somebody lying. Who is it? Let's see. It better be some good
Right.
stuff. Don't be somebody's bad character, whatever he said. Let's see. I want it to be some real stuff. Don't just be hyping up nothing. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
funny.
So that's what I'm looking forward to. We are going to be here next week. And so Chi-Chi's going to be taking a little break to Love Is Blind, but Victoria and I will be here. We may have a guest, we may not. But we're gonna try to power through the season. And hopefully it's drama. Like I may be like, okay, now I don't like this, but it's I ain't like that they did that, but I love this drama, and so I'm hoping for the drama to be honest. Like I want it to be like awesome. Some of the folks who've watched the show, they say that has the makings. People think it's going to be a really good season. So as a first time watcher, I want to see it all. So we'll see. But we'll be here next week, and like, rate, review, subscribe, follow us, and then follow us on Instagram and follow us on TikTok. So give us a thumbs up, and like I said, make sure you hit that notification bell. Anything else, ladies, before we close out?
That is it. Thanks for coming,
That's
y'all.
it.
Yes,
Yeah.
bye. Peace out.
Bye.